guys, and welcome back to another video. Today I just want to talk to you guys about my school. So if you're new here, make sure that you subscribe so you can follow along for my journey. This is just me showing my life, online school, vlog content, trading, and different things like that. And if you're already a subscriber, then you already knew that. But today I'm just going to be talking about my school a little bit and just giving some tips to help you guys finish your courses quickly if you're enrolled in online school, and specifically if you're enrolled in WGU, which is the online school where I'm currently getting my master's in business administration. So first things first, let's talk about time management. That's going to be super important when you're in online school, or even if you're in-person school, especially if you're working or if you have other responsibilities that you need to tend to. Time management is super important. So for me, I try to make sure if I want to finish my courses quickly, I'm at least dedicating 2 hours of study to the material a day. So I would at least be doing some readings, maybe testing myself with some questions, maybe reviewing some study materials and things like that. But I'm at least taking 2 hours out of my day to study. So that's going to be really important, kind of just carving out that space and time to where you can actually read your materials and make sure you're keeping up with the work that you need to do. So that's just for me. I like to do 2 hours, but however you can kind of fit it in, I would recommend, if you want to finish your courses quickly, to at least be doing some type of studying every day. Now, second, specifically when it comes to WGU, we actually have course tips in all of our courses. So this is not something that I realized within my first term at WGU, but actually my second, when I needed to finish 2 classes in 1 week, I actually decided to click on the course tips. And usually most of the instructors, they'll give you like a mapped out study guide of how you can get through the material and which way you should read the material that makes the most sense. And that is really helpful when you're trying to like crunch in little information as possible, because you're kind of like deciding like, okay, where do I start with the material to do this quickly? But with the course tips, the instructor is telling you like, read this chapter, read this chapter, read this chapter. And I'll put like a little screenshot somewhere on this screen so you guys can kind of see an example of it. But they'll literally give you step by steps what you should do. You should read this chapter, and then you should do your first assessment, and then you should read the next chapter and then do the next assessment. And then once you read all the chapters, you can take your test. Like, they'll really break it down for you. So I found that really helpful when I'm like very crunched for time and I need to finish my material and get through the classes very quickly. So I would say definitely make sure you're looking into the course tips. And even if you don't want to finish them super quickly, but just before the term is over, definitely look at the course tips, because they're going to map it out to you exactly how you should go through the material so you can get the most bang for your time. Next, I would recommend staying committed and disciplined. Not motivated, because motivation can kind of like come and go, but just making sure you're trying to stay committed to your learning and very disciplined in what you're doing. Like, it takes a lot of discipline to study 2 hours, 1 hour, 3 hours a day and remain focused, but just understand that you have to stay focused on your goal. And that's what I try to do for myself too. I just try to remind myself that, hey, I just need to stay focused on my goal, especially when time is cutting down and I know, okay, I have this course, I have this test to take, I have this. It's just staying disciplined and making sure, okay, sometimes I have to kick it into high gear and make sure that I'm doing exactly what I'm supposed to do, following the course tips, make sure I'm studying 2 hours a day, and make sure I'm staying on track. So I'm memorizing the material and I know exactly what's going on in my courses. So just staying committed, like I said, and disciplined will go a long way in your studies. And don't rely on yourself to just feel motivated like, oh yeah, this day I'm gonna get a burst of energy. Like, no, set yourself on a schedule and commit yourself to it, because motivation, like I said, is gonna come and go. But if you make a schedule and you make it a routine and you make it habit, that will go a lot farther. So in summary, the things that have helped me the most is carving out time and keeping that schedule, using the course tips, literally utilizing that so much, and just telling myself to stay committed and stay disciplined to completing my MBA, which has been, it's been a journey, guys. It's been going really well. I like WGU. I'm gonna do like a review kind of in a little bit, like just talking about my overall experience and if I think it was worth it. But I do like WGU. I feel like the information I learned is going to be really, really helpful, and overall, like, I feel like it's a really great program. So if you're considering continuing your education, getting your master's, and they also have other courses, they have bachelor's and stuff like that, different degrees. So if you're interested in online school and you work, or you have kids, or you just have other responsibilities that you're worried about, or if you don't want to spend a lot of money because it is a cheap school, I definitely recommend looking into it, weighing your options, you know. And there's a lot of online schools you can look into, but this has definitely been a good experience for me. I'm working full time, so I didn't really want to go somewhere in person. So WGU for now is getting a thumbs up from me. And if you guys like this video and found it helpful, make sure you guys leave it a thumbs up. Thank you guys for watching, and make sure you subscribe, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.